So guys, back to another video in the channel. Today we're going to be talking once about this potential Qatari takeover from the Qatar Investment Authority. And today we're going to be talking about the background of the potential owner, Al Thani, the Sheikh Al Thani from Qatar, and the authority itself, and its links to Paris Saint-Germain, as it owns that club as well. Now, I just want to go over what I mentioned yesterday, and thank you guys so much for all the support. That video has over 4,600 views as of recording, so thank you guys very much. I will be covering every inch of this story for you guys to provide you with all the information. Now, this video is more about the information about the owners, because a lot of you guys may not know about this owner. You may this Al Thani guy, you may not know about him because he's the one who's been tweeting about Arsenal and the cryptic links which have linked him to the club. So I want to go over everything to do with that as well, because obviously, as news reported from the Al Kabaz newspaper source and also from himself, he said the rest of the time, 7 months, he thinks it's time to sell London Red. We saw all those sorts of tweets, and also the Qatari Twitter account also said that there is genuine interest from Qatar to buy Arsenal Football Club. And as we all know, Stan and Josh Kroenke and KSC itself are very notoriously difficult to deal with, as Daniel Ek did find out himself after putting in 3 bids many months ago for the club that failed. And now the Qatari owners will go back in potentially go back in, because there was interest in 2007. So now I'm going to go through and read off what I know about this guy. And we're going to start with the Sheikh Tamim ibn Hamad Al Thani, who was born in Doha in 1980, and he's the Emir of Qatar, the Emir who succeeded his father Sheikh Hamad after Hamad abdicated in his favour. Tamim was educated in the United Kingdom in England. Like his father, he attended the Royal Military Academy at Sandhurst, graduating in 1998. He then returned to Qatar, where he was commissioned as an officer in the Qatari Armed Forces. In 2003, Tamim was selected to replace as Crown Prince his elder brother Jassim, who had renounced the position. Over the next decade, Tamim groomed to rule the country, holding a series of increasingly important economic, diplomatic, and national security positions. In 2009, he was appointed Deputy Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. Tamim's most visible activities during his 10 years as Crown Prince concerned his leadership of Qatar's effort to boost its international stature by attracting major sporting events and acquiring high-profile sports teams. He was the chairman of the organizing committee for the 2006 Asian Games held in Qatar and led the country's successful bid to host the 2022 FIFA World Cup. He also orchestrated Qatar's purchase of the Paris Saint-Germain football club based in France. In June 2013, Hamad stepped aside in the favour as Emir in the favour of Tamim, citing the need to make way for a new generation of Qatari leaders. The transfer of power, although widely expected in Qatar, broke with the pattern at the time, as Gulf Arab leaders holding their position for life. His reign was markedly briefed by a growing rift with some of Qatar's Gulf neighbours, who briefly withdrew their ambassadors from Qatar in 2014 in frustration with the country's foreign policy and continued support for the Muslim Brotherhood. In 2017, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Egypt, and Bahrain cut ties with Qatar and imposed an economic blockade. Nonetheless, Qatar adapted to the situation quickly, reorientating its trade towards Turkey, Iran, Kuwait, and Oman, among others. As tensions continued, Tamim skipped the annual meeting of the Gulf Cooperation Council, the GCC, in 2018 and 2019, where he returned in the annual meeting in January 2021. The attendees signed an agreement to restore ties and lift the blockade. Now, reading from the Qatar Investment Authority website, it suggests that the Sovereign Wealth Fund of the State of Qatar and is a major contributor to realizing the Qatar National Vision of 2030. The QIA, which is the authority that wants to buy Arsenal, was founded in 2005 to strengthen the country's economy by diversifying into new asset classes, building on the heritage of Qatar investment dating back more than 3 decades. The QIA's growing portfolio of long-term investments help complement the state of Qatar's wealth in natural resources. The headquarters are in Doha, with the subsidiary in New York. The QIA is structured to operate at the very highest levels of global investing. As a world-class investor, QIA adheres to the strictest financial and commercial disciplines. It has a strong track record of investing in multiple asset classes, including listed security properties, alternative assets, and private equity in all major markets globally. The QIA seeks socially, economically, and environmentally responsible investments and looks beyond short-term returns. Now, this is a key point for Arsenal Football Club, because they want to have long-term gain for the club, which is one of the main reasons why They want to buy it. They see it as a long-term vision. It says it in their website. They are serious as an investment authority, and as the QIA pursues balanced and sustainable growth to maximize long-term returns, which is what we just discussed. And now we're gonna have a quick look at the Qatar sports investment, and Nasser Al Khalifi. You might know him as a recognizable name, and he is the president of Paris Saint-Germain. And this links back to the exact same investment authority, which links the Qatar sports investment, which is all to do with Qatar. Now, this whole system is Qatar basically. It's the country of Qatar. They have assets worth up to 300 billion pounds, around 295 billion to be exact, but rounding up to around 300 billion. And look, as I said in yesterday's video, Arsenal is just a minuscule of that. 2.5 billion, it's change for them. You know what I mean? So now I'm going to read about Nasser Al Khalifi is chairman and CEO of Paris Saint-Germain. The 47-year-old Qatari is also chairman of BN Media Group, QSI, and he's basically Nasser Al Khalifi is the chairman of the Qatar Sports Investment. He's probably one of the people maybe leading Arsenal's bid to sign them. When Qatar Sports Investment acquired Paris Saint-Germain in 2011, Nasser Al Khalifi was named the club's 17th president. Under Al Khalifi's leadership, a clear strategic plan was established to develop the club into a major player on the European and international football stage, or being a force for good off the pitch. Over the subsequent few years, Paris Saint-Germain was propelled to the top of the men's football in both France and in Europe, winning 7 out of 9 domestic titles, and in August 2020 reaching the final of the men's UEFA Champions League for the first time in its 50-year history. At Al Khalifi's direction, the club has also developed its women's team, Paris Saint-Germain Féminine, which is now a leading force in Europe, and Paris Hand Football Club, the 5 times winners of the Ligue Nationale de Handball Division. Yeah, I shouldn't butcher that. But in 2017, Nasser Al Khalifi also established PSG Judo, continuing the club's expansion in sport. While sporting success is key, Nasser Al Khalifi's recognition of the club's support and the wider community of Paris off the pitch has also been critical importance to the club's development. So Arsenal have obviously been wanting more fan involvement. So maybe this suggests that these people do care and they want to develop the club. They do want to develop the community. And the foundation strives to help disadvantaged children also in France and abroad, working with NGOs, schools, and other organizations all around the world. And look, Nasser Al Khalifa has also turned the club around commercially, which means that they can make more money, and that's obviously very key. If Paris Saint-Germain are going to splash 220 million on Mbappe, not Mbappe, Neymar, and then they splash 180 on Mbappe, and then they splash crazy money on Messi wages, which is close to 500-600 million pound. These guys know, and they fully well know that they're going to make it back commercially because they have put the build works in place. And Paris Saint-Germain is obviously the club will come into question. Manchester City and the potential owners that were going to come into Newcastle were Arab owners. These are Qatari owners. These guys are different, and I think these guys have more money, if I'm not wrong, because Sheikh Mansour over there at Manchester City, his value is around 22 billion. Stan Kroenke's net worth is around 7.5 billion, and the Qatari Investment Authority is close to 300 billion. Now, this guy Al Thani, his net worth is around 2.5 billion, so that wouldn't be enough to buy Arsenal, but the authority that do want to buy Arsenal is around 300 billion. So Arsenal would effectively be owned by Qatar. And hopefully this video has given you more information about this guy called Sheikh Al Thani, who wants to buy Arsenal, and his authority that wants to take over Arsenal Football Club. Hopefully this has been information to you, good information that you can take away and learn as well. But look, again, in terms of whether this could actually happen, it remains to be seen. But thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. We'll be covering this every step of the way. Any new information we'll cover on this channel. Stay tuned, hit the like, subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.